The snowstorm hit harder than anyone expected. Thick white winds pushed across the frozen valley, making it almost impossible for the three human explorers to see anything more than 2 steps ahead. Their boots sank deep into the snow with every step, and the cold bit through their suits like sharp teeth. Captain Reed walked in front, forcing his legs through the storm. Behind him were Maya and Louis, both struggling to keep up. Their visors were fogging, their bodies shaking, and their breath felt heavy inside the helmets. "Keep moving," Reed shouted. But his voice broke in the wind. They were on planet Asterion 6, a world known for sudden, deadly blizzards. The humans only came out to scan for minerals, but now the storm trapped them far from their base. If they didn't find shelter soon, they knew what would happen. Louis suddenly stopped. "Captain, I saw something." Reed turned back, annoyed but worried. "What now?" Louis pointed to a small shape barely visible under the snow. At first, it looked like a rock, then like a broken machine, then something else, something soft, something glowing faint blue. The three humans stared. "What is that?" Maya whispered. Reed slowly walked toward the strange shape. When he knelt and brushed away the snow, his stomach tightened. Under the thick white layer was a small hand, pale, ice blue. "Not human," Maya gasped. "Captain, that's a child." Reed brushed off more snow. A small face appeared, eyes closed, skin frozen. A tiny alien girl lying still like a statue. Her hair was covered in ice crystals. Her body barely the size of a human 10-year-old. But her features were delicate and glowing faintly. Louis stepped back in fear. "Sir, what if she's dangerous? What if it's a trap?" Reed didn't answer at first. The storm roared, pushing snow against their helmets. His scanner beeped weakly. "She's alive," he said finally. "Very weak. Almost gone." Maya's eyes widened. "We can't leave her. She'll die." Louis shook his head. "We might die if we take her. What if someone left her here on purpose? What if she's infected or has powers?" Reed looked at the child again. Her chest moved just once, so slow, so small. It's like the last breath of someone fading. A deep feeling pulled at him, something human, something old. "She's freezing," he said. "She has minutes left." Maya leaned closer, brushing snow off the girl's face. "Poor thing. How long has she been here?" Louis looked around nervously. "We shouldn't stay. Something put her here. Something is out there." The wind howled louder, almost like a warning. Reed checked the sky. No signal, no way to call the base. No shelter nearby, only deadly cold. "If we leave her," Reed said, "we watch her die, and we live with that forever." Louis opened his mouth to argue, but suddenly the ground shook. A low rumbling noise echoed through the valley. Something moved in the storm, large and heavy. Maya's hand tightened on her scanner. "Captain, we're not alone." The alien girl's glowing skin flickered weakly, as if reacting to the sound. Her tiny hand twitched. Her lips parted like she wanted to speak, but couldn't. Reed felt a chill that wasn't from the cold. She was running from something, he said quietly. Something found her, or is still looking. Louis swallowed hard. "Captain, what do we do?" Reed lifted the frozen girl gently from the snow. She was shockingly cold-like, holding a block of ice. "We save her," he said. "Whatever happens next. We face it together." The storm growled again, and far behind them, something growled back. Captain Reed held the frozen alien girl close to his chest as the storm pushed against his back. He could feel nothing from her body, no warmth, no movement, not even a soft breath. She felt like cold stone wrapped in thin skin. Every second frightened him more. Her temperature is dropping fast, Maya said, checking the scanner while walking beside him. If it goes any lower, she won't survive. Louis kept looking over his shoulder. The snow behind them swirled in strange circles, like something large was moving under it. His voice shook. "Captain, whatever we heard earlier, it's still following us." Reed didn't answer. He didn't want to scare the others, but he felt it too. Something was stalking them, something heavy, slow, and patient, waiting for the perfect moment. "We need shelter," Reed said. "A cave, a rock wall, anything that blocks the wind." "But Captain," Maya said, "there's nothing like that for at least 2 miles. Reed tightened his jaw. 2 miles in this storm felt like 20. And the alien girl didn't have 20 minutes. Suddenly, the girl's small fingers twitched against Reed's arm. Maya saw it. She's still fighting. But she needs warmth now. Louis stopped again, scanning the storm. "Look, this is crazy. We can't save someone who's already half dead. And we can't keep carrying her while something hunts us." Maya spun around. "She's a child." "How can you say that?" Louis stepped back, his voice rising. "We don't know what she is. Maybe she's dangerous. Maybe she's the reason the storm got worse." Reed stepped between them. "Enough. If she dies in our arms, not alone under snow." The words hit Louis harder than the wind. He lowered his eyes and said nothing more. Reed started walking again, clutching the alien girl tightly. Her glowing skin dimmed, then brightened, then dimmed again. Maya walked beside him, whispering softly, hoping the child could somehow hear. The storm grew stronger. Snow hit their helmets like small stones. The world around them turned completely white. Their suits beeped warnings, oxygen dropping, temperature falling, visibility 0. Then Maya spotted something ahead. "Captain, look." Dark rock. Reed looked up. Through the storm, a small rocky ridge appeared barely enough to hide behind, but enough to block the wind. They hurried toward it. The moment they stepped behind the rock, the wind's force dropped by half. Maya fell to her knees, exhausted. Louis collapsed beside her. Reed laid the alien girl gently on the snow-covered ground. Her lips were blue, her breathing barely visible, her glow fading fast. Maya checked her scanner again. "Captain, she has maybe 3 minutes." Louis rubbed his face in fear. "Then she's gone. We tried. We can't do more." Reed stared at the girl's still face. Her eyelashes were frozen together. Her small chest rose only once every 10 or 12 seconds. She looked fragile, helpless, almost like a fallen snow angel. "No," Reed whispered. "We can do more." He tore open the zipper of his suit and pressed the alien girl against his bare chest. The cold hit him like fire, stealing his breath. Maya immediately understood. She opened her suit and held the girl's lower body against her own warmth. Louis froze. "Are you insane? You'll freeze too." Reed gritted his teeth. "She absorbs heat. Her body reacted when I touched her. This is her only chance." A faint glow spread across her skin, weak at first, then brighter. Like warm light under thin ice, her fingers curled slightly. Her breathing quickened. Maya gasped in relief. "It's working." "Reed, it's working." Louis watched, torn between fear and awe. But then a deep roar echoed through the storm. Closer, louder, angrier. Maya looked up. Reed tightened his arms around the alien girl. Louis whispered in terror, "Captain, it found us." The roar faded into the storm, but Reed knew it wasn't gone. It was circling, waiting, thinking. Whatever creature hunted the alien girl was still out there, hidden in the white chaos. The humans had only moments before it returned, Reed held the alien girl close, her icy body pressed against his chest. Every second felt like pain as the cold drained his strength. Maya hugged the girl's lower body, trying to give her as much warmth as possible. Their breaths came out in fast gasps, fogging the air around them. Lewis pressed himself against the rock wall, shaking. "We can't fight that thing, Captain. We won't survive the storm or the creature." Reed didn't answer. He focused on the girl. Her glowing skin flickered like a weak lantern in darkness. He could feel her heartbeat slow, faint, but real. She was still alive, still holding on. "Look," Maya whispered. "Her light is getting a little stronger." Reed watched the pale glow spread from her chest to her arms. It was fragile, like light trapped under ice, but it meant hope. "She's absorbing heat," Reed said. "But she needs more." Maya nodded. "We need body heat from all sides. Lewis, come here. Help us." Lewis's eyes widened. "You want me to hold her too?" Reed looked at him with cold determination. "If we don't give her everything we have, she dies." Lewis hesitated, glancing at the storm and then at the girl. Her small fingers trembled as if she were begging without words. Slowly, he stepped forward. He unzipped his suit and pressed his warm body against her back. He gasped loudly at how cold she was. She feels like ice," he said, teeth clattering. "She's warming," Maya said, voice soft. "Stay strong." The three humans formed a human cocoon around the alien girl. Their bodies shook violently from the cold, but her glow slowly brightened. The storm winds hissed like a monster outside their small shelter, but inside the glow became their only light. Suddenly, the girl's eyes fluttered open slightly. Not fully, just a sliver. Her eyes were bright silver, filled with fear and confusion. She didn't speak, only breathed weakly against Reed's chest. "She's awake," Maya whispered, almost crying from relief. "Stay with us, little one. Stay awake." The girl tried to raise her hand. It only lifted an inch before dropping again. Reed took her hand and pressed it between his own. "You're safe," he whispered. "We're here. We're helping you." The girl stared at him for a moment, her silver eyes trembling. Then she closed them again, but her breathing became a little stronger. Lewis looked around nervously. "We need a plan. If that creature comes back—"
"It will come back," Reed said firmly. "But we can't move until she's stable." The ground suddenly vibrated under them, soft at first, then stronger, like heavy footsteps approaching through snow. Maya's eyes widened. "It's close." Lewis grabbed his rifle with shaking hands. "Captain, we're sitting targets." Reed kept holding the girl tightly, refusing to pull away. "We protect her, no matter what." The glowing light from the girl's body grew brighter, spreading across the snow around them. Warm steam rose from the ground. The snow around them began to melt slightly. Maya gasped. "Her powers, they're activating." The girl's fingers tightened around Reed's hand. Her breathing grew steady. Her glow brightened into a soft, warm blue, lighting up the rock wall like a small sun trapped in the cold. Then, for the first time, they heard her tiny voice, weak, shaking, barely a whisper. "Please, don't leave me." Reed felt something heavy in his chest. "We're not leaving. We won't ever leave you." But the storm suddenly split open with a loud crack. Heavy footsteps thudded on the snow. A dark shape moved toward them, huge, fast and furious. Lewis's voice shook as he raised his rifle again. "Captain, it found us again." Reed pressed the glowing girl closer. Her light shined brighter, covering the humans, and the creature stepped out of the storm. The creature stepped out of the storm like a living shadow. Its body was massive, taller than any human, covered in long, icy spikes that clattered in the wind. Its eyes glowed a bright, hungry red. fixed directly on the small alien girl glowing softly in the human's arms. Lewis froze in place. His rifle shook in his hands. "Captain, what is that?" Reed didn't blink. "The thing that chased her." The creature lowered its head, sniffing the air. A deep rumble came from its throat, a warning, a threat, and a promise all at once. Snow spiraled around it as if the storm itself obeyed the beast. Maya tightly held the girl, whispering to calm her. The alien child trembled in fear. Her glow dimmed, flickered, then brightened again. Like her body couldn't decide whether to fight or hide. The creature suddenly roared. A sound so powerful, it vibrated the ground under their feet. Lewis nearly dropped his rifle. Maya covered the child's ears. Reed stayed firm. "Lewis, aim for its eyes." "Maya, keep the girl warm. Don't let her glow fade." Lewis swallowed hard. "What if bullets don't work?" Reed answered coldly. "Then we die trying to protect her." The creature took a large step forward. Its claws sank deep into the snow, cracking the ice beneath. Saliva froze on its teeth. The storm grew stronger around it, as if the beast carried winter inside its body. Suddenly, the alien girl raised a weak hand. A small burst of blue light shot out, tiny, barely strong enough to push snow aside. It hit the creature's chest like a falling leaf. The beast stopped, then laughed, a deep, vibrating growl that sounded almost like amusement. Maya looked at the girl. "She's too weak. She can't defend herself." The girl whispered something in her alien language, voice tiny and broken. Her hand dropped again. Lewis panicked. "We can't win. We need to run." Reed shook his head. "We run, we freeze. We stay, we fight." The creature lunged. It moved faster than anything that big should move. Maya screamed. Lewis fired wildly. But Reed grabbed the girl and rolled out of the way just in time. The beast smashed into the rock wall, shaking snow loose from above. Lewis kept firing at its head. The bullets bounced off its icy armor. "It's not working." Lewis yelled. The creature turned toward him, eyes glowing brighter. Reed saw what was about to happen. "Lewis, move!" But the beast charged. Lewis jumped aside at the last second, slipping on the snow. The claws sliced the ground where he once stood. The creature roared again, shaking the air. Maya held the alien girl close. "Captain, we need a plan." Reed looked at the girl. Her glow flickered in fear. Then he looked at the creature. And a risky idea formed. "Maya," Reed said quickly, "her glow melts the snow. She needs more heat. If she gets strong enough, she might protect us." Maya understood instantly. She unzipped her suit further and pressed the girl tightly against her chest. Reed placed both his hands over the girl's back, giving as much warmth as he could. Lewis saw this and hurried over. "You want her to power up while that monster is walking toward us? It's our only chance." Reed shouted. The creature growled again and slowly approached, sensing the girl's glow growing brighter. Each step shook the ground harder. The girl gasped, her glow trembling like fire trying to rise. Her tiny body shook violently. She squeezed Reed's hand with surprising strength. Then her eyes opened, both silver, both glowing bright. Reed whispered, "Come on. You can do this." The creature roared and charged straight at them. And the girl's glow exploded into bright, blue light. The burst of blue light shot out from the alien girl like a wave of fire made of ice. It wasn't loud and violent. It was soft, warm, and strangely beautiful. The storm hissed as the wave rolled across the snow. For a moment, the entire valley glowed in a pale blue shine. The creature stopped mid-charge. It skidded to the side, claws digging into the snow as the light hit its chest. It roared, shaken but not defeated. Steam rose from the areas where the girl's power touched its frozen armor. Maya shielded her eyes. She did something. Reed looked down at the girl. Her silver eyes were wide open now, glowing bright like two small stars. Her breathing was faster, shallow, but alive. The cold no longer consumed her. She looked scared, confused, but awake. The girl lifted her hand again, this time with effort and intention. She pointed toward the Mo**Naster and whispered a weak, trembling word in her own language. Lewis stared. What did she say? Reed didn't know. But the girl's voice carried fear and warning. The creature shook its head like trying to push away the lingering effect of the light. It roared once more, louder and angrier than before. Its red eyes burned with fury. It's coming again. Lewis shouted, raising his rifle. The girl clung to Reed's arm, shaking violently. She whispered another small word, almost like pleading. Reed looked into her glowing eyes and understood. She didn't want them to fight. She didn't want anyone dying for her, but they didn't have a choice. The creature leapt. Lewis fired repeatedly. Maya threw a flare to blind it. Reed held the alien girl tight and rolled to the side, using his own body as a shield. Snow exploded everywhere. The creature landed with a thunderous crash, smashing the rock wall behind them. Ice shards flew in the air. It turned its head slowly, hunting the glow. Hunting the girl. Her glow flickered again, weak, fading. She's still too cold, Maya said, breath shaking. Her power is not enough. Reed removed his glove and placed his bare hand against the girl's neck. The cold shocked him, stealing his breath, but he held on. You need to stay awake, he whispered. You are not alone anymore. The girl's tiny fingers gripped his wrist. For the first time, she spoke clearly, still soft. Still frightened, but understandable, warm. Help, help. Maya's heart almost broke. We're helping you. We won't let anything hurt you. The creature growled, annoyed by the human's bravery and the girl's glow. It lowered itself, muscles tensing, ready to strike again. Reed looked at Lewis. We need to move, now. But Captain, we'll die if we stay here. Lewis nodded, swallowing his fear. Reed lifted the girl into his arms. She felt light but fragile, like holding warm snow that might melt or break. Maya rushed beside him, helping shield the girl from the wind. They darted behind a tall block of ice just as the creature lunged. It missed them by inches and crashed into the ground, shaking the entire valley. Lewis fired another shot. Where are we going? Reed looked around desperately. That's when he noticed a thin path between two broken cliffs, a narrow tunnel created by wind and erosion. Not safe, but better than dying in one place. There. Reed pointed. We enter that path and use the walls to shield her from the cold. The creature roared again, furious at losing sight of them. The girl heard the roar and buried her face in Reed's chest, whispering a word that sounded like danger. Danger. Reed held her tighter. I know. But we're not stopping. They ran. Snow whipped at their legs. Ice cracked beneath their steps. The girl's glow dimmed again. She was slipping, losing strength. Maya looked back and saw the creature pushing through the storm, getting closer, faster. Captain, it's coming. Reed didn't stop running. Keep moving. Keep her warm. Don't let her lose her glow. The girl looked up weakly, her silver eyes filled with fear. And trust. Then, for the first time, she spoke a full sentence in broken, trembling English. Please, don't let the cold take me. Reed felt a fire grow inside him. It won't, he said. Not while we're alive. Behind them, the creature roared, shaking the entire blizzard, and the humans ran for their lives, carrying the glowing girl who held their only hope. The narrow path between the cliffs felt like a frozen throat tight, dark and echoing with the sound of the storm. Reed held the alien girl close, feeling her weak glow pulse against his chest like a faint heartbeat. Maya stayed at his side, giving whatever warmth she could. Lewis followed behind, rifle pointed backward, eyes shaking with fear. The creature's roar echoed through the cliffs, louder now, bouncing off the ice walls like a nightmare chasing them. "It's getting closer," Lewis shouted. Reed didn't look back. "Just keep moving." But the storm was getting worse. Snow crashed against the cliff walls, turning the narrow path into a slippery death trap. The girl shivered harder. Her glow dimmed again, then flickered like a candle fighting against wind. Maya touched the girl's cheek. "Stay awake, little one, please. Stay awake." The girl opened her silver eyes slightly and whispered, "Cold. Hurts." Reed's heart tightened. I know. We're almost safe." But he knew that wasn't completely true. They still had a long way to go. Suddenly the ground under them vibrated. Boom, boom. Lewis turned pale. "Captain, it's running. It's coming fast." Reed spun around just in time to see a massive shape crash into the entrance of the narrow path. The creature forced its huge body between the cliffs, scraping ice off the walls, claws breaking stone. Its red eyes locked onto them instantly. Maya gasped. It squeezed into the tunnel. "We're trapped." Lewis fired without thinking. Bullets sparked off the creature's armor. It didn't even slow down. It roared, breath freezing in the air like tiny ice crystals. Reed held the girl tighter. "Lewis, fall back. Don't let it corner us." They ran deeper into the cliffs. The girl's glow flickered faster, reacting to the danger. Reed felt her tiny fingers clutch his suit, gripping him like he was her only anchor in the freezing world. The creature lunged. The shockwave knocked the humans off balance. Lewis fell first, sliding across the icy ground. Maya grabbed him, pulling him back before the beast's claws smashed down where he had been. The girl cried out softly, voice trembling with pain. Her glow pulsed again, once, twice, then faded dangerously dim. Reed knew what that meant. "She's losing warmth too fast," Maya said, panic rising in her voice. "If she goes dark, she dies." Lewis fired again, even though he knew it was useless trying anything to slow the beast. The tunnel suddenly widened into a circular ice chamber, the ceiling high and cracked like a frozen dome. Reed stumbled into the center, holding the girl close. Maya and Lewis followed, slipping on the smooth ice. The creature burst into the chamber moments later. Its roar shook snow from the ceiling. Its claws scraped the floor. Its red eyes burned with hunger and rage. There was no escape. Reed stood protectively in front of Maya and the girl. Lewis, shaking, stepped beside them, raising his rifle one last time. The creature charged. The humans prepared to fight. But the alien girl lifted her head. Her silver eyes glowed brightly, not weak, not fading, but almost angry. She raised her trembling hand toward the humans' chests. Her fingers glowed. "Warm, please," she whispered. Maya understood instantly. "She needs heat. Now, all of it." Reed pressed his chest against her back. Maya hugged her from the front. Lewis, terrified but determined, pressed against her side. All three humans wrapped around her like living shields. Their warmth rushed into her. Her glow brightened. Brighter, brighter. The creature leapt. And the girl's light exploded through the entire chamber, a massive, blinding blue wave that shook the ice walls and filled the air with heat. The creature roared in pain as the light hit it. Its armor melting, its body cracking. Lewis covered his face. Maya held the girl tightly. Reed did not move. The girl whispered one last word in her language, a word that sounded like protect. And the beast collapsed. The powerful blue wave slowly faded, leaving the ice chamber silent. The creature lay still on the frozen ground, its armor cracked, its red eyes dim and lifeless. The storm outside finally weakened, as if the monster had been controlling the blizzard itself. Snowflakes drifted softly, now gentle quiet, almost peaceful. Reed held the alien girl firmly, afraid she might slip from his arms. Her glow flickered weakly but stayed alive. Maya knelt beside her, brushing ice from the girl's face. Lewis sat on the ground, breathing fast, shocked that he was still alive. For a few long seconds, no one spoke. Then the girl opened her silver eyes. Slowly, carefully, like someone waking from a nightmare. Her voice was soft, almost broken. "You saved me." Reed smiled a little, though his face was pale from exhaustion. "We didn't save you. We only shared our warmth. You did the rest." The girl looked at all three humans, Reed, Maya, Lewis. Her small hand reached up and touched Reed's cheek, leaving a faint warm light on his skin. "Warm hearts," she whispered. "Human hearts. Strong." Maya felt tears gather in her eyes. "Are you okay, little one? Can you stand?" The girl tried to move her legs. She winced but nodded. "Better, warm. Safe." Lewis let out a breath he didn't know he was holding. I thought we were all dead." Reed looked at him and laughed weakly. "We almost were." But the girl wasn't finished. Her eyes turned toward the fallen creature. Her small body trembled. Not from fear, but from memory. "Hunter," she whispered. "It chased me. For many suns." Reed's eyebrow lifted. "Why? Why was it after you?" The girl hesitated. Her silver eyes dimmed with sadness. "I ran away. My people, far from here." The hunter followed. "It wanted my light." "Your light?" Maya asked gently. The girl placed her hand on her chest. Her glow brightened a little. "My people are warm hearts. We carry light inside. It keeps us alive on cold worlds. Hunters eat this light." Reed felt anger rise in his chest. "So it hunted you like prey?" The girl nodded slowly. "I hid. I ran. Snow took me. I fell asleep. I thought I would fade." She reached out again, touching Reed's suit gently. "But you found me. You shared warm life. You gave me strength." Lewis rubbed the back of his neck. "We didn't know what else to do." The girl smiled a small, soft smile full of trust. "Humans, brave." Suddenly, a distant humming sound echoed from outside the cliffs. A bright light shone through the thinning storm. Maya shielded her eyes. "What now?" Lewis groaned. "Another monster?" Reed shook his head slowly. "No, that sound. It's different." The girl's eyes widened with hope. "My people." Warm Heart ship. A large silver craft descended from the clouds, glowing softly with the same blue light as the girl. It hovered over the cliffs, melting the snow around it. A door opened underneath, and three tall figures stepped out, wearing flowing robes that shimmered with blue energy. "Those must be her people," Maya whispered. The Warm Hearts approached, moving gracefully across the snow. Their eyes glowed the same silver as the girl's. When they saw the humans holding her, they stopped. There was no anger, no fear, only deep emotion. The tallest Warm Heart knelt before the girl and placed a hand on her head. "My child." "We searched everywhere." The girl held Reed's hand tightly. "Humans saved me." The Warm Heart leader looked at Reed, Maya, and Lewis. Then he bowed deeply and respectfully. "Humans," he said in clear English, "your warmth protected one of our young. This act binds our people with yours." Lewis blinked. "Binds, like a friendship?" The Warm Heart nodded. "A bond of light. A bond of trust." The girl suddenly stepped forward and hugged Reed. Her small arms wrapped around him warmly. "I stay. One day," she whispered. "To learn. To thank." Reed gently hugged her back. "You're always welcome with us." Maya smiled. Lewis wiped his eyes quickly so no one would notice. The Warm Hearts watched the moment quietly. The leader spoke again. Humans. You shared life. Few in the galaxy would do this. Reed looked at his team, tired, cold, bruised, but alive. That's what humans do, he said. We help, even when it hurts. The girl's glow brightened again, stronger than ever, because now she had warmth not just from their bodies, but from their hearts.